Hello, Right on SC listeners. Today is Saturday, January, what's today? 28th. And we are working our final episode on character flaws. Last week we tried to do fears and flaws in the same episode and we just couldn't make it work. So we bumped the flaws part over to this. So here's your behind the scenes. Character flaws. So we're going to talk about three different kinds. We're going to talk about minor flaws, major flaws, and fatal flaws. Have you written a character with a fatal flaw?
Well, what is a fatal flaw?
It's the flaw that gets him killed.
Yeah, probably.
So the alcoholic, right, that drinks himself to death.
No. Fatal flaw is something like in Hamlet, right? His fatal flaw is procrastination. The fact he doesn't want to wake up.
Doesn't want to grow up.
Doesn't want to grow up.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. You know what I meant?
Yeah.
Okay. So he doesn't want to grow up. He doesn't want to take on his responsibilities as an adult. So he drags his feet and does a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Because that whole acting mad stuff, that's childish.
Yeah. And at the end, Laertes finally, not Laertes, Laertes, because Polonius is the one he kills Polonius.
Right.
And Laertes comes to get revenge for his dad, and he ends up slaying Hamlet.
Yeah, and Ophelia dies as a result as well.
Yeah.
Of his stupidity.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, that's a fatal flaw right there.
Fatal flaw, not
now,
wanting to grow
also, we
up.
have Othello, right? Othello digs his own grave even though he doesn't realize it.
Right.
Until the very end. Right?
His fatal flaw costs him Desdemona.
Right.
He kills her, right?
Right.
So we see what would you call his fatal flaw? His lack of faith in himself?
Jealousy.
It's
jealousy. And part of that's a lack of faith in himself, but it manifests as jealousy and his too trusting nature.
Yeah.
He's able that jealousy, that insecurity allows
insecurity. That's the word I was looking for.
Good. Allows Iago to manipulate him.
Yeah. Because he is different. He doesn't match everybody else. So even though he's very well accomplished and he's deserving of these things that he's earned because of his insecurities about his being different, he succumbs to Iago's manipulations.
And eventually falls because of it.
Yeah. So fatal flaws are the things that'll get you killed. And I don't know. I don't know that I've written anybody with a fatal flaw. I've written some major flaws. In my book After December, Brian won't tell the truth.
Well, a fatal flaw is tragedy.
Yes. And I haven't written that. Most of my books end with a happily ever after.
Oh.
I got to find a place to win. I got to find it. Well, actually, the newest one, Being Blue, doesn't. So here's a little behind the scenes for you. So I did get the copy back from my developmental editor. Here, I thought I had done all these wonderful things to this book, and it was just ready, like we had just moved to the next place. And the email he sends back is like, I only read 200 pages of this because this book is still not ready. And after I wept, I agreed to have a conversation with this editor. So him and me and my agent are going to sit down this upcoming Thursday and talk it through, really what he's looking for. Well, then when I went into his chapter by chapter critique, it's all very good. So he read chapters 1 through 6, and he was very pleased with what he was seeing. There's one specific thing he doesn't like, and it's the same thing he didn't like the first time around, which is that Blue doesn't appear to have any agency.
Right.
And he doesn't make decisions that are important, and he doesn't drive the plot forward. The plot sort of happens around him, and he's not enough of a major agent in the book to warrant being the point of view character. Okay, fine. I can fix that. No worries. So have you gotten that before where you got a revision or an editor's response where it was like, hey, you got to make 1,000 changes to this?
Yeah. Second Aristotle Anderson book.
How does it feel?
Oh, crappy. You feel like the worst thing in the world. You think, oh, geez, I'm just a fraud.
Yeah.
All you talk about insecurities.
Yeah.
Talk about being an Othello. It all comes bouncing back up right then.
Right.
Because the first book went through on the nod without any problems.
Yeah.
Second one, they're like, okay, you need to really look over this one again.
Yeah. I'm sitting on 2 books. I'm gonna go sell 2 books tomorrow that I think are pretty good. I've been rereading them, right? I'm really pleased with these books.
You're always your own worst critic. You cannot judge your own work. That's why you need other people. That's why you need
I'm pleased with these other 2 books, right? But they did not follow a traditional publishing path. My agent didn't sell them, right? And so then for my agent to be having this book and really be working this hard on this book and still it be not in a condition to be able to sell, I'm like living the fraud lifestyle.
Okay, yeah, okay. But the thing is, that's essentially your first book. And those first books are really difficult. If you were to write that book today, right, it'd be different.
What, after December?
No,
Oh, the
if you were
Beauty Blue.
okay, if you were to write you're going to write a new book today, right? If you were a similar one, you would all the problems that they see in being blue wouldn't be there
Right.
because you know what to do, what not to do.
So the second one will be better, and the third one will be better than that.
If
Yeah.
there is a second one.
Well, I mean,
Again,
that
what did
Amy
I
does,
say? You got to write the first one by itself as if it's an encapsulation.
and Amy said, go write something new. So I got to figure out what the next thing's going to be. And I'm still into vampires, and I still love this vampire universe with Salvia Faith. So I may just pick one of these side characters and write one of their
Well,
stories.
look at my werewolf one, right?
Mhm.
That didn't start as a werewolf book. That was a vampire book.
Yeah.
And I found that the backstory was a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
So write a historical thing in your universe.
Yeah. Maybe little exposition story,
Right.
something that's already happened before Blue comes on the scene. All right, well, that's it. That's our behind the scenes for today. 6 minutes worth of us just jabbering on while we get warmed up before the show comes on the air. We're glad to see you guys on the air. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Anything you need from us to support your work, promote your work, let us know. We'll be glad to help out. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.